This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Wildcats offense will get the first crack at it here. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. You can hear the roar all the way to Mountain Nittany after he got in the backfield and made the play.
And they always give you something to roar about, don't you? These Penn State linebackers, I don't know where they find them, but year after year they find some of the best players in all of football.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on 4th.
On his way from around the 50. He gets a block. And there he goes. Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Nittany Lions offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. The give to the back. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field with the run on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And how about the defense on that play, man? Playing aggressive, fast, downhill, 1st and goal, expecting the run. Great job fitting the run. Great job getting the running back on the way. And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
offense goes as he goes. So really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll start the return inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Looking to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's wrong. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Might be calling a hot route. They'll move the tight end. They'll run the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Nittany Lions are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw, it's Allard. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And this field goal attempt will be a 48-yarder and not straight on from the left side. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, the bad blood between Oregon and Oregon State dates back to 1894, at least on the football field. A top-5 rivalry, and it's gone final. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Wants to go up top. Got it set up on the outside. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
Got his man down the middle. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. First play of the drive comes from the 38. The give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. He wants to change this route. And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll go right back to him. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. We've reached the break, and Penn State is on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Back to throw, it's Aller. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Wildcats. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
Talk about the guy who caught that and returned it for the touchdown. But how about the pressure on the quarterback? You've got to get ways to be physical with him and make him uncomfortable. Nice job hitting him as he's throwing with the football. And then, obviously, the interception and 6 points.
And they did tack on the extra point. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative.
Reels it in down the left side. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, the running back has it. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. To the air on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got
a shot toward the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing it away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Pulls it in. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily and, more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Kentucky will be forced to punt. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Gonna run it. It's Singleton. He's gonna lose a yard on that one.
Defense is locked in this game so far. They've been shutting this offense down. I think one of the biggest reasons why is they are not letting this running back do anything in this game. They're trying to make them one-dimensional. They're being physical close to the line of scrimmage. They've had a really good game plan, and they are executing beautifully.
Drew Aller feels as if he has unfinished business at Penn State. Tyler Warren is gone, but Aller still with a plethora of weapons at his disposal, and maybe, David, giving him a path to redemption in the college football playoff.
Yeah, and when we saw him finish, it wasn't the best, right? He made the big turnover.
Oh, there's the ball! Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He's loose. Turning it on. Touchdown, Kentucky! And they turn it into a defensive score.
They're winning the game, and the defense is helping out their own cause. That's the second time in this game they've recovered a fumble and taken it in for a touchdown. We know they're opportunistic, and they pride themselves on being athletic and being physical, but they're showing you why you cannot make mistakes and cough the football up when you play them.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Under fire. Hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and look to play another down.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Great place to start for this offense. The corners are walked up tight. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the wideout. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll move the wide receiver to the ground with the back. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll turn to the jet sweep to try to convert. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Kentucky will come to the line with a first and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Grabbed behind the line. It's long. Touchdown, Kentucky! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Flushed out of the pocket. Running to Green. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to go up top on first down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Throw it toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So the penalty for pass interference will allow this offense to run one more play on an untimed down. To the air on first down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Penn State! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Number 85 with the catch in the end zone.
Well, I don't know if there was a lot of question with respect to who that ball was going to be going to. This quarterback knows who his best playmaker is, and on the final play of the first half, he was looking him up. It wasn't going to be easy, but they were able to execute, get on the same page, score the touchdown, and they've got the lead.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first two quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Old Commonwealth Stadium and Kroger Field.
Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He rifles one deep to the left. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. Pretty good job of running to get to there to the 32.
And I think this has probably been surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. Third and short from the 45. They'll go to the ground. Makes a man miss. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Gives it on the option. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Here comes the heat. Grabbed behind the line. It's ball. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. On the run, it's Singleton. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single...
Wide open spaces. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Runs through a tackle. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Wide open downfield. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions will have it 1st and 10. He caught it. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Penn State 24, Kentucky 21.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on 1st down. Caught near the sticks. It's Law. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
They go to the ground. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
2nd down, he'll throw it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. And the Wildcats are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the first down, and let's see if they go for it here. Kentucky will be forced to punt. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. And that, my friends, is getting the perfect bounce, the perfect punt, and the perfect roll. They'll have them locked down inside their own 5. Using his legs, it's Singleton. Gives him a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Not much room there. They'll give him 1 to the 9. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Reynolds. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
And get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how...
Makes the grab on the right. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Trying play action. Here's a heat. Got rid of it just in time.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Got a man. It's Brown. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit...
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Kentucky right back to the line. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And to get rid of it quickly. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Gets away. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that 4th down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Going to try to get it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Rush is on him. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Not a chance. Missed it. Lead is still in double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's the pressure. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's going up top here late in the game. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. They just keep firing. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes the grab. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. The Wildcats moving quickly to the line. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense ending this ball game. Don't give them any life. Great job forcing the fumble. You already got the lead. You take the ball back with a little bit of time. Nail meet coffin.
Unloads to the right. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of it.
And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. I don't think the pressure's going to get to these guys. This is when it's fun. Late in the... And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Back to pass. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch